Get us going.
Yeah, we're going. We got video going, and we're about to have sound here in 3, 2, 1. If I can find the right song. Here we go.
Just drop that ass, bitches, open micers in the house. Pop that pussy with that open micers logo in your mouth. Jason with his bald ass head, Jacob looking inbred. Open micers, bitch, heard what I said. Drop that ass, open micers in the house. Drop that ass, pop that pussy, open micers in the house. Open micers in the house, open micers is a mouse. Drop that ass, pop that pussy, open micers in the house. The mic is now open.
That's right. The mic is now open. My name is Jason Robbins.
I am the one who knocks.
Jacob's scary looking right now. It's kind of freaking me out.
Yeah, I went full heel turn neo-Nazi, dude. I'm full on background character in American History X.
Yeah, you look like a I was going to say you look like a villain in a movie, but that would be American History X.
Yeah, which is a weird movie because like every character's the villain, but then some of them aren't.
Yeah.
It's a little weird.
Tell everybody what you did.
Yeah. So unfortunately, our theme song isn't very clear now as to who has the bald ass head and who is inbred. But yeah. So I was shaving my head as I do in the mirror, and I was switching guards on the razor because it wasn't cutting enough. So I put a new guard on it, and then I shaved right down the middle of my head. And as I was doing that motion, apparently the guard flew off behind me, and I, with no guard, shaved the very middle of my head.
You should have just left it.
I should have just gone full cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs and just left just a giant reverse mohawk in the middle of my head.
Dude, if you would have done that, you'd have been my hero.
Yeah, I should have took a picture or something, but I was genuinely scarred. I was freaking out.
Well, back in the days when I actually had hair, I did that to myself once. I was trying to give myself a little trim on the side of the head, with the guard, but the guard slipped off, and I just took a huge chunk of hair out of the side of my head. So that was the first time I buzzed my head. Was that moment?
Yeah, I don't like it, man. I look like I look like Kevin Spacey's Lex Luthor.
You do.
Bring me Superman.
But what are we here for, Jacob?
We are here to talk about the news.
Yeah.
Daddy. I don't know if you know this, but the news is treacherous and full of perils.
It just keeps coming. It never stops.
So do I. Just keep. I never stop coming, Daddy.
But yeah, we were supposed to have a guest tonight. It was supposed to be Carlos Longoria from the Ready to Believe You podcast. I Am the Rampage, as he is known as. But his dog Evie got really sick, and she's in the hospital. And we're sending all of our love and hugs and scratches over to her.
Yes, we are. But unfortunately, Carlos couldn't be with us here. But the show must go on, Jason.
Yes.
And what I have done for anyone who hasn't listened to these kind of episodes before is I have scoured the internet for interesting, wacky headlines for us to discuss here on the show. And that's pretty much it. We're going to talk about the news stories and
let's do it.
We're going to do it.
So do you want to take the first one?
Yeah, I'll take the first one. I'll read the first one. This is from Fortune.com. Walgreens CEO describes drawback of anti-shoplifting strategy. When you lock things up, you don't sell as many of them.
You don't say.
The Walgreens CEO finally learned how stores work. He finally fucking figured it out.
Dude, is there anything worse than going to like Walgreens or Walmart or having to get anything from the drug section, and everything is behind like you have to go get people to come open the thing, like to get razors or, underarm deodorant or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's
Lube.
like, I got to go find somebody just to get something. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go somewhere else.
And what's the most insulting is that they don't get it out of the case and hand it to you. They get it out of the case and ask, "Are you done shopping?"
Yeah.
And walk you up to a register and watch you buy it.
It's insanity. Is
For
it
a
really
$2 bottle of lube? Leave me alone.
And also, like, they were talking about getting rid of self-checkout because of all the people stealing. And I'm like, what did you think was going to happen?
Yeah. Hey,
I don't work here. I don't want to do this.
So you have to, it's pros and cons here. You have to decide if you're losing more money having self-checkouts or hiring people to check people out.
And here's the deal there, Jacob. Didn't Walmart clear like $80 billion in profits last year? I don't think theft is that big of a problem for Walmart.
Yeah, dude, my fucking beanie weenies aren't that I'm 5-finger discounting at the self-checkout and going boop with my mouth. It's not hurting your bottom line.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, I've accidentally walked out of there before with a bag of cat food down on the bottom of the basket. You put it on that little bottom part of the basket there, and I just forget and then walk out and be like, oh, I guess I just got a free bag of cat food.
And that's a rookie move because the big items they always stop, or they usually stop and check your receipt.
Yeah, but
if it's
even if I hand them the receipt, they just look at it and go, okay, you're good. They don't look for anything.
No, they don't.
They just look to see if you have a receipt, basically.
I will say, Jason, that times have been tough before. And I have gotten a full lunch tray from the Walmart deli and then just took it across the thing and went boop with my mouth and put it in a bag and walked out of the store because I had to eat. I wasn't going to not eat.
Yeah.
And I didn't have $8 to spend on fucking Walmart chicken.
Hey, times are tough. Sometimes you gotta sneak out that rotisserie chicken so you can have lunch.
And I put it in the back of my pants because if you put 2 rotisserie chickens where your ass cheeks are supposed to be, no one will call you on it. And that's the moral of the story.
So yeah, this I don't know what they were thinking with putting everything behind glass. You have to go find an employee, and that's the thing. If you're going to put stuff behind glass, at least have some employees to come over and help. There are no employees, so what are you supposed to do at that point?
Well, and what's crazy is like Walmart's only do it at the ones in certain areas, and I bet you can guess what areas those are. But the one here locks up, of all things, men's underwear.
What? What?
You're telling me that people are stealing men's underwear so much you have to put it under lock and key?
Okay, then.
Yeah, just packs of Under Armour underwear locked up in cases, and you have to go get somebody and be like, I need extra large underwear, please. And they have to walk you up to the register and watch you pay for your fucking underwear.
I mean, they've always done that with stuff in the electronics department because, like, it's always every time I go get a new, power cord for my phone, I got to go hunt somebody down to come open the thing. But I can understand that. That's like electronic stuff. Sometimes that stuff's expensive. People will walk out the door if something's like, in a package this big and it's like $30 for it, people might try to steal that kind of shit. But come on, man, like toothpaste, really, or underarm deodorant, it's not that big a deal.
Yeah, baby formula. That pisses me off, dude. If people have to steal baby formula, maybe they should just steal the baby formula.
Maybe they should just have it,
Exactly. Especially like Wick doesn't pay for shit anymore, dude. So
and it's going to get worse too.
Steal formula, just do it.
After Humpty Dumpty cuts everything, and there's no.
You're cutting everything?
Yeah.
I'm cutting everything?
Yeah.
Who's Humpty Dumpty?
You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, me.
Let's see. This from E! Online. Italian soccer team Lazio fires Eagle mascot handler for posting photos of his prosthetic penis. Okay. The falconer who handled Italian soccer team Lazio's bald eagle mascot for 15 years has been fired by the team after sharing photos and videos online of his prosthetic penis. Burnaby shared the content to his private social media accounts after undergoing surgery for a penile implant, which he noted was not for medical reasons. I had the surgery to increase my sexual performance, he told radio show La Zanzara, because I am very active. What?
Shout out to my mans. Because first of all, if you have a prosthetic penis, yes, we all do want to see it.
Yeah.
We do want to see it, dude.
I've
That's
never
the only time.
seen a prosthetic penis. Is it like an actual prosthetic, or is it like a balloon they put inside of it where you put like an air pump to it, like a bicycle?
I know if I had one, it would be like one of those mini guns like the Terminator has.
Yeah.
It would just spin around.
You just have four prosthetic penises just on a cylinders.
Yeah, that'd be me, dude.
He said the team added the club realizes and shares the pain that the fans will feel at the loss of the Eagle in the next home games, but believes that is not possible to be associated with a person who, by his own initiative, has made the continuation of the relationship unacceptable.
Why not?
I don't know. I mean,
why not, dude?
I mean, the guy handles an eagle, so he's feeling masculine. He just wanted to show everybody his unit.
Look, okay, in the world of P. Diddy and Harvey Weinstein, okay, in that world that we live in, where people are doing horrible things like them, this guy did nothing wrong.
Yeah.
He showed everyone his prosthetic penis on his personal channels.
Yeah.
And he was right. We all did want to see it. That's consent, dude.
Yeah, you didn't have to look at it if you didn't want to.
Exactly. You didn't have to. It's not like he trapped you in a room and was like, look at my prosthetic penis.
Oh, what is this next story? Oh, Jesus.
All right, I got this next one. This is from smalljoys.tv. Student gets left and right tattoos on her hands after struggling with directions. A student has come up with a creative way to tell left and right apart after struggling with directions for years. 23-year-old Dakodia, and let me spell that for you, ladies and gentlemen. Capital D, apostrophe, capital K, O-D-I-A. Dakodia.
Dakodia. All right.
Lane from Australia is a communication student who is definitely better at her studies than she is at telling left and right apart. I have a hard time believing that. As the girl revealed, she had always been mocked for her navigation issues and had plenty of incidents where she mistook right and left and vice versa. To prevent further embarrassment, the student paid a visit to Hunter and Fox Tattoo, where she requested the staff ink initials L and R on her hands between her thumb and the wrists. My friends would joke about how silly it was having an adult make the L shape with your hands to differentiate, Lane recalled in an interview with Daily Mail Australia. Isn't it more embarrassing to permanently have directions tattooed on your hands?
I mean, I would think so, but how are you that bad with knowing your left from your right? That has to be some kind of brain function issue.
So you're telling me that this is eventually Dakodia will be a 70-year-old lady in a nursing home with an L and an R tattooed on her hands.
Hey, by the time we're all in the nursing home, we're all going to need left and right on our hands, so we know what to do and where to go.
I guess so. But Dakodia, really?
I get it. Dakodia or Dakodia, whatever your name is. I get it. You know, if you're having trouble with your left and your right, you don't know what your left and your right, go ahead and get that tattoo on there. Who cares what other people say? Don't listen to people like Jacob Craig. You do you, girl. You do you.
You should stop doing you. You should be ashamed of yourself. You are not a productive member of society, and you never will be.
Hey, she's trying to be a productive member of society. She's trying to learn her left from her right.
Jason, I have kids at my school that can differentiate between left and right.
Yeah, but she can't. I mean, she just can't.
So then she needs to come to school with me, buddy, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Give her a call. She's in Australia. Give her a call. Tell her she needs to come to the special needs school.
Well, honestly, I think all of Australia should come to the special needs school. No offense to our Australian listeners, but
he doesn't mean it, Daniel Salmon, and don't listen to him. He doesn't mean it, even though we do hate Vegemite.
I do kind of mean it, though.
Well, I mean,
Is the thing.
they do eat Vegemite down there, and that's not normal. That's not.
They also
a
say
normal
"nar." No.
Okay.
Since when is that no?
You gotta
Nar.
Naoarw. No.
Nar.
All right, let's see what we got here. Hold on, let me open this up. This is from kplctv.com. Man orders drill online, receives printed photo of one instead. Savannah, Georgia. A Georgia man has been trying to get a refund for months after he says he ordered a drill from AliExpress but received a printed photo of one instead. Sylvester Franklin of Savannah decided it was time for some new tools. So he went on AliExpress, ordered a drill, and among other items. He did not get what he paid for. They sent me this. A picture is what they sent me, he said. Instead of the actual drill, Franklin received a printed picture of the drill he ordered. He says more items in the order were incorrect. He said, I paid $22.47 for a pressure washer, and this is what I get. He said, it's a screw. How do you get... Okay, if you're in the AliExpress warehouse like an Amazon worker and you see an order for a pressure washer, how do you mix that up with a screw?
Because they have to put it through like 3 different translator apps, and then it gets lost in between.
Wow.
Going from English to Cantonese, there's a lot that can go wrong.
That's crazy. He got a screw.
It sounds like he got screwed.
Yeah, he got screwed, all right.
Yeah, this is why I've never ordered anything off of AliExpress, Wish, Temu.
Yeah, I haven't either.
Anything like that.
Our good friend Joey Image gets stuff from Temu all the time. He's always ordering T-shirts and stuff. He gets what he actually orders, so he's actually done pretty good with it. But there's a lot of people out there I know that have ordered stuff like this, and they get not what they ordered.
So many moons ago, my now wife ordered me a T-shirt off of Temu, and at the time I was an extra large. That tells you how long ago this was.
That was what, you were like 7?
Yeah, I was 7, and she ordered me an extra large Stranger Things Hellfire Club shirt. This was like when that season came out.
That was nice of her.
Yeah, she ordered me one of those, and I put it on. And extra large in Temu world is a crop top on an extra large American man.
Well, yeah, you're talking about Chinese people. They're like, an extra large to a Chinese person is pretty small compared to an American.
It didn't clear my titties. It was a medium, American medium.
Extra medium.
Yeah. All right. This comes from WFLA.com. TGH patient's hands filled with cholesterol after he ate 6.
We talked about this one on the last show. This guy who oozed cholesterol out of his knuckles.
Oh, shit. We did talk about this.
Yeah, we talked about this one.
Okay, stand by. We've done so many headliners now that I've started finding the same articles over and over again. All right.
Let's see what
Stand by. Okay, this is from BBC.com, and this is just downright fucking bizarre.
What? Okay.
This is the headline. Why does a plate of bananas appear on our street?
I'm going to be this guy in my new neighborhood. I'm just going to leave plates of bananas out in the
just
street.
sowing the seeds of chaos in Gulfport, Mississippi. A plate of 16 to 20 peeled bananas appear on a street in Beeston once a month. It says the mystery plate appears on the second day of every month on the corner of Abbey Road and Windsor Avenue in Beeston, and residents say it has been a constant in their lives for more than a year. I've asked around in the local community, but no one really knows, and no one can tell me anything, said resident Claire Short. The bananas appear early in the morning on the 2nd of the month. I see them on my way to work. I'd love to know the answers to this. The bananas have prompted a mixed reaction, with some neighbors saying the bananas go moldy and their street does not look appealing anymore.
And they say it's gross. Other neighbors would rather see the bananas gone for good.
Yeah. What do you think about the Banana Bandit?
I mean, if you're going to be a bandit and not get like in real trouble, because what could you get charged for doing something like this? Leaving a plate of bananas in the street? What are they going to charge you with? If you're going to sow the seeds of chaos, this is the way to do it.
That's why I love pranks like this, because it hurts nobody. It's just downright bizarre, but it's also annoying as fuck to leave a plate of bananas out once a month for a year straight on the second day of the month.
Yeah, and it's obviously, somebody gets paid on the first, and so they go.
They buy 16 bananas and peel them.
Yeah, buy bananas, peel them, and then just leave them on a plate in the middle of the street. That's your thing. Go for it. If you want to sow those seeds of chaos, you do it.
Yeah, I think it's absolutely hilarious.
I love it.
Shout out to you, Banana Bandit.
We love you, Banana Bandit. If you listen to this show, please come on the show. Let us know. We can blur your face out. You could tell us why you leave the bananas out every month.
It's me. It was me all along.
It was you. You fly to You fly to London once a month.
Yeah, once a month. That's when the paycheck hits.
Yeah. Let's see. This is from metro.co.uk. Fast food chain announces return of Holy Grail burger that was axed 5 years ago. And this thing looks gross. What is that? Oh, it's been 5 whole years since KFC last sold a burger that's been dubbed the Holy Grail of fast food. That's all about to change, as the axed menu is making a comeback after fans spent half a decade begging for its return. Who's been begging for this? A new and improved version of the Double Down is being introduced as the chicken chain is launching a new fiery twist on the cult item, the Zinger Double Down. This beast of a burger is one for the real chicken lovers out there, with no bun to hold it together, only chicken. It features 2 spicy Zinger fillets with supercharger mayo, 2 slices of melted cheeses, and a crispy hash brown in the middle, and diarrhea soon to follow.
I'm going to ask them for one of these, but I'm going to sub the hash brown for another piece of chicken.
You're gonna have a Big Mac style.
I'm just going to have 3 pieces of chicken. And I'm going to eat like a burger.
Who has been clamoring? Who has been writing to the KFC headquarters to get the Double Down back?
So you've caught me.
It was you. You've been leaving bananas. You've been trying to get the Double Down back. What are you doing over there, Jacob?
I've actually been leaving a plate of bananas outside KFC headquarters on the second day of the month for a year straight, with a note that says, "Bring the Double Down back, and I can make this stop." That's my leverage.
The bananas will stop if you bring back the Double Down.
I
never had one of these. I didn't had no desire to have one of these. It just it just doesn't look appealing at all.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm gonna shove a double down up my
I mean,
asshole.
my stomach's hurting just looking at this picture.
My stomach's hurting just looking at you.
Yeah.
All right. Next story. This is from foxla.com. 100,000 eggs stolen from Pennsylvania farm during nighttime heist. All right, here's the brief overview of the story. 100,000 eggs were stolen from a farm in Pennsylvania. The stolen eggs were worth at least $40,000. The U.S. is currently experiencing an egg price hike and shortage. Yeah, no shit. Uh, Jay, what do you think about people stealing $40,000 worth of eggs?
I mean, are they just going to make a big omelet? Or are they turning around and selling them? Because, like, you got to get rid of eggs pretty fast. They don't last very long. It's not like stealing gold or something, where you can sit on it for a few years and then, try to sell it underground.
Yeah.
No, eggs you got to get rid of pretty quick. So I don't know if I get down with an egg heist.
Yeah, whatever move they're gonna make, they gotta hurry up and make it. That's for sure. It should be really easy to catch these people. Like,
Yeah,
just go around to every restaurant and be like, "Yeah, this person sold me 10,000 eggs for $5."
Yeah, I mean, if you're in the Pennsylvania area and all of a sudden restaurants are running a special on like scrambled eggs and stuff like that, you know that the egg bandit has been there and sold them some eggs out the back of a trunk.
And I respect the hustle, honestly.
Yeah, but it's just, it's not like stealing, concrete items like art or, gold or silver. It's like you gotta get rid of this stuff fast. This is like you steal it and you immediately got to go to like, the dude, the cook hanging out the back of Denny's and be like, hey man, y'all need some of these eggs, and try to get rid of those eggs as fast as possible.
I'll trade you eggs for weed.
Yeah. And $40,000. That's what is that? 40 cents an egg for 100,000 eggs. $40,000. 40 cents an egg.
So that means that if the people that stole it sold the eggs $1 an egg,
They would have got $100,000.
oh shit!
I mean, it's a good racket if you have a buyer. If you have a buyer lined up, yeah, go ahead and steal them eggs. But man, if you just on a whim was just like, dude, I have a chance to steal 100,000 eggs, I'm going to do it. What are you going to do with them after that? You literally have like a week to get rid of those eggs.
Yeah. Have you noticed that the price of eggs have kind of gone down?
Yeah, a little bit.
Maybe it was Donald Trump that stole the eggs.
Maybe it was.
Maybe he's trying to get the price of eggs to go back down.
I love eggs. I have the best eggs.
He's a Lone Ranger, dude.
Yeah.
He's gonna single-handedly save the country. It's one stolen egg at a time.
All right. Well, we got time for like what, 2 more?
It's not. Well, you want to do an hour? Or you want to do what do you want to do?
Well, let's do a half an hour, and then we'll do another. We'll save these for another 30-minute one next month.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, let's do a couple more. I'll find you do the next one, and I'll find a really good one to end
All
on.
right. Well, let me see what this is here. This is from sportskita.com. Play some Mariah Carey up in this bitch. Michael Jordan's son Marcus Jordan's unruly conduct comes to the fore as police shares new details. About what? Marcus Jordan made the rounds on social media this week, and not because of positive reasons. Michael Jordan's son was arrested for driving under the influence. Was taken to a DUI testing facility in Orange County, Florida, after he was taken into custody. He allegedly got his car stuck on train tracks in Maitland. To make things worse, the businessman didn't behave while the entire process happened. TMZ reports he aggressively and repeatedly pulled away from police officers while being loud and profane and belligerent. Additionally, he had a sarcastic, patronizing attitude towards the people trying to solve the situation. Let's see. He says he had a quote. He says documents allege that Jordan was confrontational when asked questions or given commands. More than that, he didn't like the music selection at the facility, asking authorities to play specific music. Quote, can't you play some holiday music or some shit, he said. Play some Mariah Carey up in this bitch.
Only Michael Jordan's bloodline could do that and not get butt stomped by the freaking police.
Yeah, no kidding. That's the only reason he didn't get, a wooden chair to the face while he was in custody, is because he's Michael Jordan's kid.
Yeah, dude, he's the goat's son. He's the you. Is that what baby goats are called?
Yeah, I guess so.
He's the goatling.
But here's the thing. When your dad's Michael Jordan, I mean, you're going to turn out to be a piece of crap. I mean, there's no way you could, live up to that legacy. There's no way.
But also, should they have played some Mariah Carey in that bitch?
I mean, yeah, if you're going to get arrested, the least thing they could do, if you're going to get arrested, ask to have some Mariah Carey Christmas music playing.
So, but what I will say is that if he was just like, hey, man, is there any way that you could, play some Mariah Carey or something? This stuff's, giving me a headache. Instead of being like, play some Mariah Carey in this bitch. He might have gotten some Mariah Carey in that bitch.
Maybe. You got to ask nicely. When you're getting a shit kicked out of you by the police officers, just ask nicely to hear some Mariah Carey.
You just be like, hey, man, can you please kick me everywhere besides the face? That'd really hurt if you kicked me in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah. Police fucking suck, dude.
Well, we got time for one more. Which one do we want to do?
All right. Here's the one I pulled.
All right.
This is from news4sanantonio.com. Woman murdered roommate, poured Mountain Dew on herself to prevent police from getting DNA. This is in Volusia County, Florida. A woman will spend decades in prison after she murdered her elderly roommate and poured Mountain Dew on herself in an attempt to destroy evidence. Police respond to a call regarding a fire at a residence at around 1:46 a.m. on July 1st, 2023. So this is old. When they arrived at the home, they found a deceased 79-year-old man on the second floor of the burning home with signs of blunt force trauma and stab wounds. Police also found a bloody knife and 2 cell phones near the victim's body, one of which belonged to the man's roommate, 37-year-old Nicole Max, who was not in the area when officers arrived. Officers found Max at around 3 a.m. walking without shoes near a restaurant, holding a knife and a hammer. The officer that found her said she had blood on her legs and on her shirt, which was ripped. Police asked Max where she lived and if she knew the victim, and she said she had been homeless for 4 years and did not know the man. She eventually admitted that she did know him and lived with him for a short time, but that she did not see him often, at which point she also admitted she was not homeless. Max was taken into custody for questioning and said that she had never entered the victim's room before, occasionally went to the second floor to feed her spiders, per authorities.
Okay.
When officers told Max they were going to take a DNA sample from her, she asked for a Diet Mountain Dew. They gave it to her, but she began to procrastinate while drinking the soda until a detective eventually tried to take it away from her. Max began to resist and began pouring the can of soda all over her body and hair and pulling away from the officers in attempts to interfere with the possible evidence on Max's body, said a probable cause affidavit obtained by Law and Crime. Max then began pulling and kicking officers while trying to secure Max Max in the vehicle. Due to Max's actions, she was charged with tampering with evidence and resisting with violence.
Sounds like a lovely lady.
And get this, Jason. And now this is, I don't know if we thought that maybe she was going to get away. Investigators got a positive match between the DNA on the knife near the victim's body and the DNA they eventually recovered from Max.
I mean, I figured the Mountain Dew's not going to do much for covering up DNA evidence.
Yeah. She pleaded no contest to second-degree murder, resisting with violence, arson, tampering with physical evidence, and was sentenced to 35 years in prison.
Jesus. Maybe Michael Jordan's son should have asked for a Diet Mountain Dew instead of Mariah Carey music. He might have gotten that instead.
Hey, can I get a Diet Mountain Dew in this bitch? I gotta pour it all over my body.
I mean, is Diet Mountain Dew known for washing away DNA evidence at crime scenes?
Um, I mean, that wouldn't be my go-to, but it is probably like one molecule away from battery acid. So it's probably not the worst decision.
Yeah, and I'm looking at her mugshot here, and yeah, she looks like the kind of person that would kill a 79-year-old man for no reason.
Yeah. This lady had meth written all over her. She had to go upstairs to feed her spiders.
Yes, what kind of spiders? They didn't give us any kind of details on that. Does she have spiders like in a cage, or like like a tarantula or something, or does she just have like? Is she so gross that she just has a room that's just infested with spiders?
Spider room, just a spider room in her house. Dude, imagine someone giving you a tour of their house and they're like, "And this is the spider room," and it's just an empty room with no cages. But I'm going to ask the hard-hitting question, Jason.
Yeah, go for it.
So she went upstairs to feed her spiders.
Mm-hmm.
Where are the spiders now?
That's what I want to know. Where are these spiders that she speaks of? Is she the only one that can see these spiders? Is that what's going on here?
If I had to take a guess, yes. But if there are real spiders, I hope the police shot them.
Yeah.
I hope they just shot these fucking spiders. Dude.
Well, I mean, the house was burned down, so maybe the old man in his last final action burned his own house down around him to kill those damn spiders.
Maybe that's what caused her to stab him to death. He was burning the spider room.
Yeah.
It's like, I've had enough of these fucking spiders.
I think we solved it, Jacob. We need to be on Law and Order. We cracked the case. He was trying to kill the spiders, and she killed him.
Yeah, I think that's definitely what happened.
Mm-hmm. That's what I believe happened, and you can't talk me out of it.
And if the spiders did not got in that fire, I hope the police shot them like it was a young black man minding his own business.
Yeah. Wow.
Just riddled with bullets.
But that's going to bring us to the end of this month's Headlinerz episode.
Don't get mad at me. I'm not the police. I didn't do anything. They're the ones doing it.
Yeah. All right, then. Go kill your spiders there, Jacob, and play some Mariah Carey.
All right, I will.
Drink a Diet Mountain Dew while you're at it.
Yeah, we actually do need to wrap this up. I got to go to my spider room.
And me too.
Take care of business.
So, what you got to throw out there before we get out of here?
Nothing much, man. This isn't going to be available to the public past when I have stuff, So, if you're listening to this later and you aren't listening to this on the Patreon feed, go get in our Patreon, patreon.com/OMPodcast. If you want access to these when they come out, if you want all the news stories to make sense and be topical and you're not getting the news a month out of date, go over there to the Patreon and get this along with all of the other fantastic content we have on there.
Yes, please. And I'm going to go ahead and play our music here and step out the door. If you want to email us or you have some weird news you want to put on the Headlinerz episode, send it to OpenMicersPodcast@gmail.com. We are at OpenMicers.com is our website. And, of course, Linktr.com/OpenMicersPodcast takes you everywhere you need to go. All the socials, ways to give us money, all that good stuff. And, of course, go to BRezCoffeeCo.com. Use the code OMPodcast. Check out for 10% off your order. We love you, and we'll see you next week. All right, we're done.
Sweet.
Thank you all for watching on YouTube. We will see. Let me play our little outro here. We will see all of you next week.